Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I wanted to do a review of some products that I picked up from Herbivore, and I picked up this Herbivore True Blue set, and it is for combination oily or blemish prone skin types. What you get in this set is you get two trial sized products, and you get the Herbivore Blue Tansy resurfacing clarity mask, and you get their Lapis balancing facial oil. I got this set from Sephora. I actually found it in store at the Sephora in Chicago when I was there. I've been using this set for a little bit over a month. Although Herbivore is carried at a lot of different retailers, the only places where I found this set available were at Herbivore's website and at Sephora. So if you're looking for this particular set, I couldn't find it at places like Credo or other kind of green beauty retailers. I could only find this set at Sephora or at Herbivore's website. And I'd been interested in trying out Herbivore because it's really become quite a mainstream brand. It's sold at Sephora, I could find it in stores, and I feel like it's sold a lot of places. To me, it's a little bit of a crossover brand between kind of more green and eco beauty and skincare into kind of a more conventional beauty space. So I wanted to try it out because I just hadn't heard many people in the green and eco community talking about Herbivore. I'd heard a few conventional beauty YouTubers talking about it, but that was really the extent of what I'd heard about it. And Herbivore can be quite pricey. So for instance, the Lapis oil that comes in the set, the full size of it is either $60 or $70. So it is quite a pricey face oil. So for me, this was a very good, very economical way for me to try out two of their products and really be able to give you a review on them. First, I'm going to start off by talking about the Blue Tansy Resurfacing Clarity Mask. And this mask is quite nice. It is blue, which is really cool. And it smells so good. It smells, I don't know what it smells like, but I really like the scent of it. It's quite sweet, but it is a very runny consistency, as you can see here. And what's interesting about it though is when I put it on my face is like slightly tinted, maybe a little bit blue, but it's more or less clear, so you really can't see it on. I don't know if that's a concern you have, but if you want a face mask that you can't really tell that you have it on, this one it's very difficult to tell you actually have the face mask on. And this is supposed to be an AHA and BHA resurfacing mask. That means it has alpha and beta hydroxy acids in it. It also has blue tansy oil, which is giving it its beautiful blue color. It gets the alpha and beta hydroxy acids from papaya and pineapple enzymes. And what it says it will do is you can kiss unwanted breakouts, redness, dark circles, and inflammation goodbye. First off, I am a pre-mixed mask kind of girl. I don't like mixing my own mask. It's just not what I prefer. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I like chemical exfoliating mask. And what it says it is good for sounds very good for my skin type. I do have oily, acne-prone skin. So I was like, okay, this all sounds very good. What I like about this is a lot of chemical masks, when you put them on, there's definitely like a burn tingle feeling. All chemical exfoliating masks have that. But what I like about this one is it's not like a hot tingle or burn. It feels more of a cooling tingling burn. So it's more comfortable for me than a lot of other chemical exfoliating masks. And I do have pretty sensitive skin, but I really have not had issues with chemical exfoliating masks in green and eco beauty. They in general have agreed with my skin very well. But this one, part of what I really like about it is that it's just this cooling feeling instead of a warm feeling, and so it's much more comfortable. I've used it maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks, which is about how often I end up using most masks. And I do like it. My skin does feel very soft after I use this mask, but that is true with most chemical exfoliating masks for me. Do I see any like groundbreaking changes in my skin? No, but there are very few skincare products for me that really make that huge of a difference for my skin. In terms of other chemical exfoliating masks that I've used, this one is definitely my favorite. And how I go about applying this is I apply it with a brush, and I just use a face mask brush to brush it on my face, and then I leave it on for around around 10 to 20 minutes. Like I said, I really have not had any irritation from the mask. Like, it hasn't turned my skin red or been uncomfortable, so I feel comfortable leaving it on for a longer period of time. So what I have to say though is if you're in the market for a chemical exfoliating mask, I would definitely recommend this one. Hasn't like revolutionized my skin, but it has felt so much more comfortable than most other chemical exfoliating masks. And for me, that is worth a lot in and of itself. And also, like, I don't know, part of what I really like about Herbivore's aesthetic as well is that it just is so minimalist in their packaging. It's very Instagrammable, but this kind of aesthetic really appeals to me. Like, I like very minimal packaging, and so I really enjoy how their products look. This oil I have used for over a month, and I used it as my exclusive face oil. So normally I use the Leilani Skincare Champagne Serum, and I love that, but I replaced that step in my routine with this Lapis oil. And as you can see, I've made quite a dent in it. I've used about half the bottle of it, so that also can give you an idea about how long the product lasts. So I was using this for about a month and I've used half the bottle. So you don't need a ton of it. A little bit does go a long way, but that's about how much I've used. And here's what I have to say about this. So I like it, but I don't love it. If I had to rank this versus the Leilani Champagne Serum, I would rank that one higher for a couple of different reasons. First of all, the full size of this is really expensive. It's between $60 to $70. And honestly, for me, at that price point, I expect so much from a product. I don't know if it's entirely fair, but I always hold higher price items to a higher standard. Like, if you are going to be that expensive, you would better do something amazing for my skin. And it was nice, but I didn't really see my skin getting better. In fact, I actually think my skin like it quite as much as the Leilani Champagne Serum. And I'll get to that in a minute. But it wasn't that like amazing. And the other thing is I felt like it didn't sink into my skin quite as well. I don't know how else to describe it, but like some serums, some oils like will sink into your skin and kind of like absorb in faster. This one I always felt like was kind of sitting on my skin, and even when I would try and like massage it in, which I do with all face oils that I use, I make sure to massage them in, but this one just didn't feel like it was getting massaged in very well. I do really like the scent of it. Once again, it has a very similar scent profile to the mask. It's less sweet though, but it has a kind of, the underlying notes are very similar. And I had some questions about this. This does not stain my face blue, neither does the mask. So even though they have the blue Tansy in it, I'm not waking up in the morning with a blue face. It's also not been staining my pillows blue either, which actually my bedding is like a light blue, but I'm still not seeing any staining with it. So just to point that out as well. And it's a pretty runny oil. Here, I'll drop some on my hand here. So as you can see, it's a pretty runny oil. It's pretty light in consistency. It's not thick. It's not a heavy oil. I just found that it wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't like the way it was sinking into my skin. Even though it is a very light oil, I don't know. I just felt like it took a while to absorb into my skin. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I was using this for about a month and I wanted to do this review, but I was kind of like, well, I'm not entirely sure like how I feel about this. I knew I liked the mask, but the oil, I was like, not entirely sure. So I decided my face was kind of breaking out some and I was like, I want to go back to using my champagne serum. And I did, and so I switched back to the champagne serum and I just like so much more how my skin is doing. Like, I do have some breakouts on my forehead, but it also, that's just because of where I am in my cycle right now. I get hormonal breakouts and I have some right now, but I really just like how my skin looks. I like how it feels. I think it feels softer when I use the Leilani Champagne Serum. Like I said, it absorbs in faster into my skin than the Herbivore Lapis oil does, which, especially as we're moving into summer, like it can feel really heavy, especially as someone with oily skin, to put on a face oil at night because it's hot and then you kind of have this like oil sitting on your skin. And so having something that absorbs in more quickly is better for me. And it might just be too that Leilani is a brand that is formulated in Hawaii. And so it's in a kind of humid, hot climate. And so that might be why their oils kind of work better for me. So if you're interested in trying out these products, I do think this set is a really good way to try it out. Just personally for me and for my skin type, I do not think the Lapis oil is worth it, especially not the full size. Like, it is so expensive. If you don't want to try the kit, they do sell sample sizes of the Lapis oil on Herbivore's website. So if you're really curious, I would recommend checking those out rather than purchasing a full size. But honestly and truly, I would recommend the champagne serum over this one 1,000 times. And if you're looking for a really good chemical exfoliating mask, I do really like this blue Tansy one. I think it works really well. It's very comfortable on. I don't think it's done like all the claims it says where like your inflammation is better and your dark circles are better. Like I never really saw that with this mask, but I did really like the whole smoothing my skin, the effects that you get typically from a chemical exfoliating mask. I did get those from the blue Tansy mask. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you've tried out Herbivore or been curious about it, be sure to let me know in the description box down below and kind of let me know your experience with the brand and your thoughts about it. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified of when I post new videos. And be sure to check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!